Hey, how you doing? It's about 10 minutes after 10 on this Monday morning. It's hot, but I'm at the Prom BTS station. I'm gonna zip up to Sukhumvit MRT and go on down the way to Rama 9. Head up to Fortune Town. Fortune Town is an old mall, or it's set up like I think a 3-story mall, which is mostly electronics, phones, laptops. I don't know much about the place. I had an aircraft radio repaired there. It was a pretty expensive handheld. I don't know what I paid for it, 500 bucks maybe, and it was not accepting a charge. I was about ready to throw the thing away, but I figured let me haul it over here, and I did. And for 10 or 15 US dollars, yeah, that guy got that thing going. He took it apart and said it was the little connection that the power cord plugged into. I don't know anything about it. I just know I'm glad I didn't throw it in the garbage. And this is looking down Sukhumvit Soi 24 in the Prom area. The Emporium Mall is to the right, where you see that white box truck pulling out. And right on the left is a pretty good bar called the Mutual Bar up on the 3rd floor. It's not super expensive. It's not super cheap is what I mean. It's 220 baht for a beer, but it's a nice kind of lounge setting. I know that's all nickel and dimes, the difference between 160 baht beer and 220 baht, but you kind of get in this Bangkok mindset. I mean, I'm not as bad as the guys in Pattaya. They'd be like, oh, that's crazy. A beer should be, 60, 70 baht. Well, rents are more here in Bangkok, but that little Mutual Bar, yeah, give that a try. Directly across from the Emporium Mall, and check it out. They oftentimes have a little singer and guitar player in there. So I'm switching trains from the BTS and heading down below. Follow this crowd down to the MRT station here at the Asok BTS and Sukhumvit junction of the MRT. Yeah, even at 10:15 in the morning, there's still plenty of traffic on these trains. And sometimes this trick works, not always, but when you come down the main escalator from the BTS, you're going to see this huge line for the ticket machines and the ticket booth. But if you just walk down the way a couple hundred feet, there's another ticket office down that way that oftentimes has a very small line. They have a card like the rabbit card for the MRT, but I'm a BTS guy, so I keep money on that rabbit card, and I use the MRT once a week, if that. I don't really need to carry a card around. And there you go. That's a much easier line, just a 10-second walk away. Now I'm heading a couple stations up to Rama 9. That's where I'll find Fortune Town. But if you wanted to go to the airport rail link, you just go one station from Sukhumvit to Phetchaburi. And from Phetchaburi, there's a walkway over to the Makasan train station. Airport rail link. Super cheap. I want to say 50 baht one way to the airport, maybe less. From Sukhumvit to Rama 9, it was 19 baht. And just follow the signs. I'm going to Fortune Town. All the signs in Thailand, or 99.9% of them, will be in English and Thai. And this says I'll burn 5 calories. I think I did a little bit more damage than that with my San Miguel lights last night, but let's give it a try. Correction, 6.86 kilocalories. All right, I'm not sure if that's a real calorie or what a kilocalorie is. And these train stations, if the BTS or the MRT, they're all spotless. There's security everywhere. Don't worry about it as a single, female, solo, travel, whatever. Not a problem at all. And across the streets, the Central Rama 9 Mall. The Jodes Fair Night Market is on the other side of the mall. You'll just go right over there where that AIS 5G sign is, and Jodes Fair is off to the left. But we're going to the right, and this is Fortune Town. There's a huge hotel, the Grand Fortune, attached to the mall. And I've only been in here once or twice. I think it's a 5 or 6 story mall, and they have a basement here. So let's go down to the basement first and see what's going on. The twice I've been here, I think it's laid out like One level is cell phones, one level is laptop, that kind of thing. And down in the basement, it's usually food, which appears to be what's happening. Some restaurants. It's very early. It's like 10:30 in the morning. Yeah, there's a bunch of interesting shops down here. Here's a hair care. I see massage and plenty of food. And the first floor is also plenty of food and pharmacies. And attached to one end of the first floor is a Lotus shopping grocery store. And up on the second floor, the first thing I see are camera shops and cell phone. Just like at MBK, there's plenty of used phone options and SIM cards. You can get a SIM card anywhere, but you can get them here. And this looks like a pretty large camera store. Snapshot. And as far as you can see down the way, all cell phones. And here's an official Samsung store. AIS, DTAC, and True are the big three cell phone companies. I use AIS. I've had great luck with them. The top floor of Terminal 21 up by the movie theater, those folks, they probably speak English here too, but they have really helped me out there with what cell phone needs I've had. And this is all kinds of electronics. And plenty of choices for any kind of tripod or lighting need you have. Well, here's another Samsung store. I'm not sure which is the official or if they both are, next to a Lenovo shop. In many of these smaller shops I'm walking by, the guy has the phone tore apart, changing screens, maybe changing those batteries on the iPhone that are not supposed to be changed. You can absolutely do any of that here. And here's a place called Gadget Play, all things gaming. Plenty of camera equipment, along with the cell phones. On this second deck, camera exchange. And there's a big camera. They're kind of the biggie in Bangkok, or probably in Thailand. I see big camera all over the place in many of the malls. Zoom camera. And here's some huge copiers, ID photo, visas for passport, student, work permit, etc. Huge vinyl banners or any kind of sign you need made. You have at least a half dozen different print shops to choose from. And all kinds of gear, professional type for your podcast needs. I'm also noticing plenty of service centers. Here's the Asus. Bring in your broken laptop. I've made my way up to the third deck. Here's KS Home Entertainment. It looks like they have top-of-the-line audio equipment. And this place isn't open yet, but a lot of turntables in the window. Tom Audio. And this place will open a little later, but I see thousands of vinyl and CD in there. And here is more records to choose from. I see The Offspring, 1,199 baht. Harry Styles, 1,499. AC/DC, 1,200. I'm guessing these are used albums. I don't know. They appear to be sealed up. Maybe they're new. There's Zeppelin, 1,350. Yeah, if you're an audiophile, the third deck is definitely the place to be. And here's a service MacBook, notebook, phone fix and repair. The blue meter And here's another record store, MP Audio. Another repair place, AM Solutions. Adapters, smartphones, notebooks. And here's a shop with every kind of adapter or phone cord you might need. Now it's closed on Monday, but perfect time. Watch service and repair. And this place is called Jib. Looks like they have some laptops and different computer accessories. But you can see how long this mall is. Now here's a store called 3 Mix, and I see a lot of figurines in the display case, if that's your thing. And another record store, Hall of Fame Records. Here's Capitol Music. Looks like they specialize in acoustic guitars. I see a lot of Takamine guitars. That's the Japanese brand, I believe. And here's a shop called Disc Channel. It looks like they specialize in games. And I've heard things about Fortune Town way back in the day. You could come here and get the latest movie or the latest software. I'm not sure how much of that is still going on, but hey, it's worth a try. And here's Music Center, next door to Guitar Music. So plenty of choices for guitars up here on the 3rd floor. And there's another one next door. Astro. Some Casios and Yamaha keyboards. And then to the left, I don't know if that's a Yamaha store. I don't know what's going on, but I see plenty of Yamaha equipment. Yeah, they're obviously a dealer. And Paul Ray guitars. And this place is full of printers. And Panda Select, it looks like it has lighting for everything from a huge movie to your home needs. And there's Pro Power. And more repair facilities. This looks like a used laptop store. Easy Link. Plenty of choices for printer ink.
Hello,
Hi, how are you? Printer repair. All kinds of computer bags and storage solutions. It's similar to MBK. I'd say Fortune Town is larger. MBK is pretty big, and you can probably find anything there electronic wise, but yeah, Fortune Town is maybe twice as big. That's an Asus computer store. So I'm up on the 4th floor now. Here's a large Intel store. This seems to be mostly laptops. And here's a Brother printer store. And here's a fairly large store called IT City. It has a little bit of everything. Laptops, monitors, I see TVs, different appliances. And there's a Dell store. And you'll see these banana stores in a lot of the malls. Just electronic needs. And here's a store called New Age. It appears to have all kinds of DVDs and different games. There are plenty of PC service options here. If you have that 2 or 3 year old laptop that maybe you cracked the screen, this is the place to bring it and see if they can put a new screen on there. Probably can. All kinds of gaming chairs. Yeah, this 5th floor, it's all about gaming. There's huge flight simulator setups and half a race car, if that's what you're into. And of course, you'll find any kind of router or network gear you'll need. And I'm sorry, I said we were on the 5th floor. We're on the 4th floor still. Yeah, you'll find everything in this fortune town, from cheapy kind of Chinese Bluetooth speakers to top of the line Bose, Sonos, whatever. You'll be able to find it in here. More games. A lot of little mom and pop shops, but these guys can work miracles. And here's a used shop. Hey, I think she just turned the lights on for me. And up here on the 4th floor, kind of tucked away, is a small food court. Well, maybe it's not that small. Looks pretty good. Yeah, there's only like 5 or 6 options. And here's a place, Micro Ink. It looks like you can make t-shirts, hats, probably banners, anything you need. And here's a place called Power Mac, specializing in Apple and MacBooks repair. If you're looking for an original Apple shop, you'll find it in the Central World Mall, right in the parking lot. It's not in the mall, but it's almost attached to the BTS. I believe there is another official Apple store at ICOM Siam. So I came up to the 5th floor, which is 99% parking lot. There's a couple of small businesses. There is a Mac Serve lap place right here. A couple of computer businesses up here, but really not much going on the 5th floor that I see. Hey, so there you go. There's a look at Fortune Town. This is probably where I'd come to shop for a laptop. I bought pretty much the best one they had 2 years ago, and it's still working fine. But yeah, all this video editing and all, I pretty much need a gaming laptop to make my life easier. So come check it out, Fortune Town, at the Rama 9 MRT Expert. And I appreciate you watching. You have a great afternoon.